Indeed, greetings unto you, my beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again today on another live stream, another video, another experience, a moment, space, in time and space. Thank you for sharing this space with me, for choosing to share your consciousness with me, for making some space for me inside of you, or maybe just inside of your consciousness. What is life for? That is my title for today. Let's see what our thing worth saying is gonna be. What you decide to believe is reflected back to you. So I'm happy that it's kind of again like a little bit of a ambiguous one, and the question as well. Hey, Cable, you're very much right, my friend. I believe that life is meant for love as well. You know, asking what is life for? Trying to tally up all of the things that were most significant in life for me. Love is the resounding answer, right? And what you decide to believe is reflected back to you. If you believe that love is true, then it will be proven to you. That's the only way. Cable, thank you for joining me. Hey, Diamond Fingers, how long has it been, my friend? Thank you for joining us again. Can't stay for long. Too many conflicts, but love still flows. Goodbye, melt love. Together as always. Together as always, Cable. Thank you, friend, for sharing your presence with us, if even for a second. Oh, we have Yader here as well. That is a very good one, right? I'm guessing you're talking about like the thing worth saying, right? What you decide to believe is reflected back to you. And specifically, like, it's not what you believe is reflected back to you, it's what you decide to believe. Because there are things that we choose to believe sometimes, you know. We basically form biases for ourselves, and we choose to believe the things to the point where we refuse to believe things contrary to the thing we believe, you know. Deciding to believe love is true. Fortunately, the world does actually reflect that back to me as well. Energy dancing into energy. I have a meeting as well, but wanted to say hi, my friend. Thank you for joining us, Yader. I hope you have a good one as well, my friend. Good luck with your meeting. Life is for death to exist. Okay, here comes Mr. Simon, you know. Frickin' devil's advocate is like, yes, life is for death. Death is what it's actually about, but life has to be before death can have its juicy snacks. Is that what you think? I know you don't think that, Simon, but I mean, there is no life without death, and there is. Can I say that? Is there no death without life? Technically, there is no death without life first, but I'm thinking the other way around. There is no life without death. I'm thinking there possibly can be. Maybe not on this plane of existence, but maybe in higher planes of existence. Yes, the thing worth saying. Thank you, Yader. I'm happy that you could at least hear it and take it with you into your meeting today. We are here to procreate and nurture our offspring. Is that what life is for, though? I feel, you know, procreation and nurturing our offspring is maybe a product of us living life and continuing that life. I don't necessarily think it is in itself the necessity or the function of life. I think if anything, maybe life is for novelty. That's what I'm. We'll get into that a little bit later. I want you friends to give me some juices, some melty information first. Hello to you as well, Soviet. Is it Soviet? Soviet Canada. OG Soviet Canada. Simon, Canada is not Soviet, are they? I don't think so. Very much not so, right? I might be wrong. But thank you for joining us, Soviet Canada. How do you know this ain't just a hobby? Waiting room for a video game, Lamar. So, actually, Simon, I feel that I mean, we can't know, obviously. But I feel, if anything, if it's in a video game, this is a level in the video game, not so much the waiting room for the video game. It would be like the most all-encompassing, multi-dimensional, multi-layer type of game in which you get so, like, you know, the Rick and Morty episode. Uh, what do they call that character? He's taking his Steve. He's taking his Steve offline. Doesn't have a social security number for his Steve. Is it Steve? I can't remember, but you know the one I'm talking about. If anything, Simon, this is part of the level, dude. And I think, depending on how hard you work, on what you learn, maybe you don't remember all of the information from your previous levels, but I do believe you keep some of the lessons learned. Maybe you like learn skills on a spiritual plane of existence as you're going through all of these trials and tribulations that can be life. And the better you get, the higher scores you get. I'm not saying this is the way it is. I'm just, speculating, like thinking about what Edmund said. Hey, Lisa! Not Edmund, what Simon said. But thank you, Edmund, for being here as well, my divine friend. And Mr. Merman, thank you for joining us, my friend. Oh, I was actually thinking about you today, Merman. Well, it was technically yesterday, where I went into town to go and fetch some stuff. And then I thought to myself, maybe the Mer blanket would have arrived by now. So I want to go and check at the post office again, if it have. They don't let us know about anything, unfortunately. Lisa, thank you again, my friend, for being here with us. I believe that life has the purpose that you give it. Ooh, Soviet Canada dropping some good information again. So that almost ties in with the thing we're saying for today. What you decide to believe is going to be reflected to you. So in that way, what you decide to believe about your life, about the meaning that you put onto it, that is exactly what it's going to be about as well, friends. So I think you might be onto something. Canada is a British colony. That is right. You're very right. There he is. Sun looking like a light bulb went out over your head. Yes, Mr. Smities. I'm so happy to hear that. It is kind of beating down on me. So it is a wee bit hot. But I can manage. How are you doing, my friend? Mr. Smitties, Charles himself. Hope everyone's day is filled with knowledge and love. Thank you so much, friend, for sharing your love and your knowledge with me as well, Vincent. Hello to you. Vincent, I appreciate you sharing the space. Aunt B's here as well. Y'all are truly amazing. Glad to be able to see you so regularly. It genuinely feels almost at this point like meeting each other at a festival, kind of. We're Melt Mooring, we can all come together in a single space, say hi to one another again, share some smiles. Smile 7, homage to old Simon. And, just remember again that we are appreciated, we are seen, we do have people that love us, we do have people that care about us. I think there might be a seed. There was. What you say? I don't really like smoking seeds. How's Dublin? Yes, indeed. Is Mammy here? Did I miss Mammy? Yes, I did. Sorry, Mammy. Hey, Mammy. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Bob, thank you for joining us, friend. I couldn't say hi to you yesterday, but I did see your message, my friend. Like, for some reason... Was it yesterday? It might have been the day before yesterday. I saw your message, but I wasn't able to read it in stream. Cavel, did your internet improve? Cavel is not here, unfortunately, anymore. I think he hopped in and hopped out again, Lisa. Tate, thank you, my beloved friend, for joining me as well. Much love to you always as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Man, like I've been talking to friends about feeling unmotivated as of late, And the only advice I could give in feeling unmotivated, feeling like you don't have any energy or enthusiasm for things, is to take a day to take care of yourself. And I feel you friends would especially resonate with this. When we feel super, kind of meh, bored / depressed / unfeeling towards what it is we're supposed to be doing or what it is we even want to be doing. It's also so oftenly followed by the consumption of, something, be it alcohol, be it smoking bud, be it watching a show, be it anything, be it even listening to music compulsively. We always do something to kind of fill that silence, of us not doing things. And then in that silence, we also feel like we're doing something wrong sometimes. And then there is this loop of like negative feelings towards your current activity, if you will, and then also in the same breath an almost self-hatred because you cannot actually do the thing that you're supposed to do, if you will. So trying to break that cycle and reward yourself in a way, and you don't have to buy yourself a boat. You can go and have a bath with some salt in it and some oils in it. You can go for a walk, leave your device somewhere. You can cook yourself a new meal that you haven't eaten before, for example. And in these ways, you can really reward yourself and reinvigorate your understanding and your feelings towards yourself, and how you almost perceive your own behavior. Convince yourself that love is true as well. That has helped me, give me some oomph, if you will. Love you, friends, so much. I'm pretty good today, Lisa. About to melt with you all and then go finish birthday shopping for my girlfriend, okay? I think we do know about your girlfriend's upcoming birthday, but I'm not sure about the exact date. Are you excited? Are you planning anything special for her? Like anything specific? Like, do you want to have some friends over, or is it going to be something a little bit more close to home, if you will? All good in Dublin, Lisa. Hope you're well. I'm happy to hear that, Mammy. Thank you so much for joining me as always. Any tips to turn that frown upside down? Woke up in a funk again for no reason. Diamond fingers? Then the, few sentences that I said just before was meant for you, my friend. Reward yourself in some way. Take care of yourself in some way, and not necessarily just with something that's going to 100% benefit you. Even try meditating. Spend some time in silence with yourself. Can help. Can make the funk worse, but usually after the funk is at its worst, it only gets better, my friend. I hope you feel better, Diamond Fingers. You're loved and appreciated. I hope you know that, and I hope that helps. Life for me is just a build your own adventure game. Try to have a good time, grind, gain experience, learn skills, use the skills, survive. Like, I completely respect what you think, Simon. I'm trying to think to myself if I agree with that. I think contemplation. Contemplation is going to be our intention for today, because I'm contemplating what Simon just said. Feels as just a build your own adventure video game in which you get to basically gain these skills as a means to survival. You see, like, there are some parallels in which I can pull from the experiences I've had in my life. One of the most surreal parallels that are coming up in my mind right now is when I had this almost outer body experience where I was imagining, it's probably just a very vivid imagination, if anything, but I was imagining seeing myself and my friends looking down from a different plane of existence, almost like they were watching the life I was living right now. And there was like a very comedic sense to it. Like there was a laughing / camaraderie / oh, look at what mistakes he's making now kind of vibe to it. And I was like, what? What is this? And then I kind of wrote it off and I continued. But yeah, like that weekend especially, I pulled some of those feelings. Life was kind of video game-esque. Custom characters, Mm. So now I'm curious, Simon. In this, if you believe that, do you believe that you customized your character? You basically built the body and face and stuff you have right now, or do you think it is random based, as in you basically are some sort of conscious entity tunneling into this world, and then you basically find a host not even worthy of you but available to you? What do you think, friends? Like, this is we're shotgun theorying some stuff. We're not saying this is the way it is or this is fact. We're just thinking, talking about stuff. The 18th. Today is the 12th, so in 6 days, basically a week from now. So next Wednesday, she's going to have her birthday on a Wednesday, my dudes. I hope it's a beautiful one, Edmund. Life is for experience. See, that is also actually one that I would want to agree with, if you will. Cave also said that life is for love, but life can be very much for experience as well. Be a divine perspective as experience. And maybe the way to improve that experience for divine perspective would be to do or to live into that experience from a place of love. I have a dope avatar so far. Don't feel like changing it at the moment. You see, I knew that you were thinking about the avatar thing as well, but now I'm curious, Simon. Do you think you picked your avatar? Or do you think you kind of found it, if you will? I'm not sure what my answer is, and I want to hear your answer first before continuing. My birthday is the 15th. Your girlfriend is also a Leo, huh, Edmund? She must be spicy. Oh, Lisa, do you have any plans for your birthday, my friend? I hope that it's going to be a beautiful one as well. We made it home from the playground just before the rain started bucketing down. And I made it home for your stream. Yay, yay, baby. I'm so happy to hear that. Sounds like things worked out perfectly. In complete synchronicity for you to be here with us as we contemplate. Is this real? Am I real? Awesome, man. I'm so happy you didn't get soaked playing with the kiddos. Me too. I'm a Pisces too, so we really have no business being together, but the phrase opposites attract very much apply to us. That sounds perfect, Edmund. Now, there is, twice as much experience in the same environment, if you will, with you two being in a relationship. Someone's phone is ringing inside. Because now you get to experience what the opposite feels about things and what you feel about things, meaning you have twice as much experience. Stonks, dude. Melt. The same question hit me 2 years ago in my high school. I wish someone would pick their phone up. And there it goes again. 2 years ago, my high school senior year, and it hit me very hard, and I do agree with it that life doesn't have a meaning. The only meaning is the one you give it yourself. Hmm. Mm. I'm feeling some things, because I feel in a way, yes, I do believe that life can very much be what you give yourself in this life. But I feel that isn't necessarily the underlying lesson in it, if you will. I think, if anything, the underlying lesson should be learning how to appreciate this experience in a way that you can truly be present within it. And no matter what you choose to do with your life or what meaning you give your life, if you can't really understand how to be present and be in a place of appreciation and love for the current moment, I think maybe it won't matter what meaning you've attached to life. And I'm not trying to be like cynical or negative about things. I'm feeling into what I feel or think about it right now. And my neighbors cut my grass out front while we were out. He's the best. I'll buy him a bottle of wine or two, or maybe give him a bud or two. Bake him like Hannah Brownie. How is the plant actually coming along, man? And I'm also finding the reason for my life until now. And even though I think I've found it, I can't act upon it. My friend, that is completely normal. You're very much young as well, Vincent. And or you can, even if you're like, oh damn it, I'm not young anymore. If you're like 90 years old in the scale of the universe, you're still young, very much so. The scale of our planet, infant. You're speaking to me, Melt. I think I need to do some exercise, look after the body a bit. You got this, Bob. It's so rewarding. That's the thing, friend. Like, I know, and I've experienced this myself as well, that fat shaming can be something that's so painful, to experience as an individual. And to be made fun of and to be bullied as a result of that can be something so discouraging to take care of yourself, because you have such a real attachment to the hurt you've experienced and the body you have right now. But taking care of your body, with exercise, with eating a little bit better, just serves you. That's the thing. It literally serves you. Having a stronger, more healthy body just is going to mean you're going to have a stronger, more healthy life experience. It's not even about being in a certain dress size or a certain pant size or looking a certain way in a piece of clothing. Just feeling good, in your own skin, if you will. That's what's most important. And who's been like the biggest motivator slash inspiration to me this year? Naomi. Man, I'm so proud of that girl. She's been working so hard, been really getting it and cooking for herself as well. And it just makes me so happy to see stuff like that happen. Hey, Katie, thank you for joining us. Jay, I appreciate you as well. Nelson, sprinkling some all-seeing upvotes. An upvote so powerful it sees all. Freaking little pyramids even. Are you part of the Illuminati, Nelson? Tell me now, dude, you only use the all-seeing upvote. He's even showering me with all-seeing upvotes. Freaking trying to convince me. I won't buck. but send me a message. So I've been giving her a gift every day for 10 days leading up to her birthday, and then she wants to go to the aquarium that day. Okay. I mean, that sounds like a fun time to me. I enjoy going to the aquarium, seeing all of the pretty fishes. Contemplation, friends. Ooh wee! Contemplation is gonna be spicy. But it tastes so nice. Katie, what a great neighbor, ma'am. It really is. It makes me so happy to know that Mammy. I mean, I'm not surprised. Mammy, being a divine individual as she is, she radiates love, and then love gets radiated back towards her, even if it's in something as small as the grass getting cut. Hey, Nelson, it's hard finding you these days. If you're having a hard time finding Nelson has a Discord of his own that also has notifications, my friend. So you have to go and check it out, Vincent. I'm like Melt, trying to keep up with the comments. I'm happy to see everyone is in a good place today. It makes me so happy as well, and I can feel like the lightness in the comments today. It's very welcoming, beautiful, Mammy. I couldn't agree more. Thank you, friend. I needed to hear that. It was amazing. You were saying that before you got to my comment. I guess I was meant to be here today. Very much so, Diamond Fingers. I do believe that there's a reason we get brought together in a space like this, and the things that I happen to talk about, I feel you friends not only influence it through the comments you send, but sometimes you'll say something, right now, for example, even though I'm 7 minutes behind, and then I'll talk about the thing that you're saying almost like it's supposed to be talked about, if you will. Can't take credit. Give it all to you, friends. Thank you for sharing the space with me. Contemplation and I don't like the word divination, actually. Oh, I'm gonna divide something. No. Contemplation and dilation is the word that comes to mind, but dilation can have some weird attachments slash connotations to it. To me, dilating, I mean, that's what the word means, I guess, just to open yourself up, you know. And I'm thinking specifically about our eyes. You know, how our eyes, if we see someone we love, or see something we love, they dilate because quite literally our eyes are like, yes, more. Give me more. I want more light inside of my eyeballs. And your eyes are also a part of your brain, friends. I hope you know that. Your eyes have neurons in them as well. I want my brain to dilate. Open up to all of the information that is available. I didn't say it for survival. Surviving is part of the game, but barely my focus. Yeah, survival is also kind of overrated. Like this game is very multifaceted, and survival isn't the be all end all, if you will. We're all in the gutter. Got some of us here are looking up at the stars, but some of us are looking up at the stars. Oh, that's kind of nice. Can be in a gutter, you know, literal slop and mud all around you, and you can look at yourself and all of the slop you're in, or you can just lay back and look at the stars. I'm technically looking at fractally tree branches, but beauty nonetheless if you just actually look up. Love you, Mammy, and thank you, Nelson, for saying that as well. That's beautiful, friend. Love you, Mammy. Start your schooling. Love you all just saying hi. Thank you, Katie. We appreciate you being here as well. B minus for joint rolling. Oh, novel. Oh, I mean, I would actually give myself a B minus as well, just because of this imperfection right here. You see, it has like a small little kink. So I do respect your assessment. I'll do better next time, I promise. Novel relief. I'll mow your lawn for you, Mammy. I only ask that you could feed me all the delicious looking food from the Discord, right, Charles? Like I would cut Mammy's grass as well if I just get a plate full of Mammy's food every day. Doesn't start till September, but I'm busy drawing up plans how to make everything run smoothly. I want the running of the house to be the same, even though I'll be studying. Okay, I'll shake hands on that. Oh, you have a deal, Smitty. My starting zone is randomized. My parents created my character. I can edit my avatar and change my gear. Wait, whoa. Okay, so starting zone is random. That being said, that means that you kind of don't actually know where you're going to end up. So there is a randomness scale to that first and foremost. Then the second thing you said is my parents created my character by procreating, obviously. So there is a state of randomness to them actually, you know, meeting one another and choosing to procreate. And then I can edit my avatar and change my gear. So that would mean you had to go through a randomness stage in deployment, a randomness stage in conception, and then from that point onwards, post conception, that is when you were given, you know, the reins, if you will, to edit your avatar and change gear. So, editing your avatar, I feel maybe you're talking in senses like you can edit your beingness. Like if I, for instance, started studying a certain field and learning from this field and changing my behavior because of the learning in this field, that would be the editing of my character. Changing gear would be potentially buying different houses, different pieces of clothing, different vehicles. So you're basically only in control, from what I'm guessing or saying right now, from the point of birth, technically, as when you were starting to edit your character. That's what I'm extrapolating because I don't have too much information to work with. I think Mm, mm, contemplating. Stop it. I need to contemplate less. Because I'm thinking about a bunch of things right now. Because what is up with like the feelings of being happy to be yourself in that way? You know, a surreal feeling of euphoria just for being you. And what I'm thinking, at least, is that that state of euphoria from being you is more the state of understanding the you that you always are. Maybe it's like a remembrance of that which is above, you know, or apart, or not even apart. Part's not the right word. Next, encompassing of, if you will. I think maybe that's the best word. Encompassing of this current life. Hmm. That's curious, dude. That's very curious. I think I'll take off, dude. Thank you, Katie, for joining us, my friend. I am determined not to take my naps today. I want to stay alert and conscious. Okay. Why do you want to do that? Do you have any reason in particular, Katie? You don't need one. I'm just curious. If I customize myself as a character, I made some shit choices. Did you, though? Maybe you were just like really good at the game in the previous life that you lived, and you were like, ah, man, I was so beautiful, so intelligent, so strong, so wealthy, you know, and shit was just way too easy. So now, next time around, I'm gonna add this handicap. I'm gonna get born here, no, 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 no. And then you experience a life as a result of these decisions, and you can learn from the hardships in this life, where you maybe won't learn as much. You will still learn things, living, you know, in complete luxury and never experiencing any hardship in your life. But maybe there is some sort of value to be had in having difficult experiences. And this is basically an assumption slash understanding I've been trying to really consolidate in myself over the last few days. Sometimes I get down and it takes my energy away, so I'm always drinking a fucking coffee. I feel that, Katie. Caffeine does make you go fast. Hey Vincent, sorry I didn't see your comment. I'm usually on in the morning my time. Not sure what that is for you. It should be almost the same. I think Vincent lives in India. That's so exciting, Mammy. I'm so pumped for you, and good on you for getting your ducks in a row before. You're a rock star, absolutely. Are you from Game of Thrones? Yes. Yes, I am. Straight from it. Took a left at Game of Thrones, then took a right, then I went straight for a while, turned left again. Now I'm here. Edmund, wow, gift giving and a visit to the aquarium, so lovely. I mean, I wish I had Edmund as a boyfriend. Hearing that stuff, actually. Nice scarf, thank you, Peter. I'm happy you appreciate it, friend. It was a gift from my mom. It was one of hers, but she doesn't wear them, so she gave it to me. I love when people tell me which famous people I look like. Just say, yeah, me too, dude. It's the best. Like, yeah, you know, I know. For the first thing we try to do is like attach a label to someone, but maybe try something else. You know, yo, you look like this person because it makes you feel good. If you can like pinpoint, you look at someone, you're like, have I seen this face before? Where have I seen this face before? Maybe this is the face I've seen before. Oh, you look like this person. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. They get some dopamine. And then the other person is like, oh, I've heard this one like 70 times before. So maybe the first time, you know, for the same person, because technically it's their first time seeing you, so it's their first novel experience of experiencing calling you or like saying you look like a celebrity. But on the other hand, for the person who has heard that thought process be expressed a bunch of times, the novelty has kind of worn off, so it's not received in the same way anymore. I still appreciate it though, because all of the famous people that the friends think I look like are attractive men. So I'm not ashamed by it or like sad about it. I just think there's more, dig just a little layer deeper. I'm a planner, Edmund. I write lists and tick those boxes. That's the best, Mammy. You're like the ideal person to like go camping with, for example. Wonderful birthday, Mammy. Hoping you're going to. I'm sure, Edmund. I love when. Oh, I've already did one. Cock-a-doodle doo. That's fantastic. I wish I was better at planning things out. I'm very much go with the flow kind of guy. My girlfriend likes to have things planned out though. You're a lucky man, Edmund. Man, I was actually thinking about that today, about how your behavior definitely does change if you're in a relationship. But I told myself I want an especially feminine, divine feminine at some point in my life to kind of counterbalance the masculine bullshit I kind of get into, like not taking care of my skin health properly, or neglecting to kind of take a break, or neglecting to chillax and communicate when it comes to, more intimate relationships. Yeah, it can change you, but hopefully it changes me in the best way possible. I don't know, is the thing still. I'm curious sometimes about the feminine aspects I do have inside myself as well. And I'm wondering if I'm going to have to find a divine feminine that has the masculine aspects in which I have the feminine aspects, if you will. And if that is absolutely necessary for us to be a compatible fit with one another. I'm sure it will be a lovely day. Does your girlfriend have a favorite animal in the aquarium? I love the stingrays. They're so cool. For me, it's the jellyfish. That's the first thing that I thought about when I thought aquarium. I mean, for me, the dolphins and stuff, that makes me just kind of sad because I know how intelligent they are. But a jellyfish, they're kind of. I suck water. Oh, there's debris in this water. But who am I to say? Maybe that's a lit experience. Almost dry enough. Not to grind down, but David says he wants to give it the best friend as a gift. All of it? He wants to give all of it? I mean, give him a small little jar of it, if you will. Wrap it up, put a little flower on it, even. If life is a video game, I want haircuts to look like GTA San Andreas. Dude, I want to be able to walk into a barber shop and grow hair. That's the vibe I want from video games. Man, makes me think of that. I think it was a Family Guy skit as well, where Peter walks into the barber shop and he asks for a clean shave, and the barber shaves his head, and he's like, "Okay, your total is like $20 or something," and he's like, "I'm not gonna pay you." He's like, "But I cut your hair." He's like, "What are you gonna do? Uncut my hair?" And then Peter like walks out of that barber shop and he has these locks, like literal this much hair on his chest and like running down his back, and he's like, "Frick, damn it!" Like, yeah, that. I want exactly that. I want to walk into a barber shop and just walk out with giga hair, and then can walk back the next day and have like a buzz cut, and then the next day you have a mohawk, like side shaved mohawk. And then the next day you have like a normal comb over again. That would be really cool. The stingrays are cool. I quite like the jellies too. I took aquatic science in high school, and in another life I am a marine biologist. She likes the tropical fish the most. I'm happy that we've resonated on the same thing as well, Edwin. That's really cool. Tropical fish. Those are the little colored ones, right? A little bit smaller fish. I'm guessing tropical. Tropical. I'm just thinking of like a fruit basket or something. One morning I'll keep tally of how many you look like so and so comments there are, just in statistical purposes. Fortunately, at this point, it's like an anomaly. Like we will maybe get one in an entire stream, but at first it was like sometimes five, and when we're going like front page, then it's like 50,000 of them. Because again, new people, they're trying to identify the pattern they feel in their heads. First rip of the day, yeah, my friend, very much so. I love aquariums, but they definitely make me a little sad at the same time. Yeah, I was feeling the same thing. I feel most of the fish and the jellyfish and stuff, they don't really know that much. But the dolphins and the whales and the belugas, those, yeah, they definitely do. Please do, man, for thank you as well. Tropical fish are pretty cool. The seahorses, oh yes. Man, oh, I don't know why, but when I think of seahorses now, I'm thinking of that video of the male just violently birthing babies. Almost like he's like, birth, birth, birth. Sorry. I'm so sorry, but it just broke me. I was like, yeah, of course, the one male that bears children has to do it in like one of the most hardcore ways ever. No elegance, just like the moment when weed is a class 1 narcotic. Yeah, no potential for medical benefit and high potential for abuse. That's exactly what weed is. Because I'll sell my grandma's insulin to buy weed, right? No, not exactly. But people do that stuff for really addictive drugs. And it's not the addictive drugs the problem either. It is people's miseducation, first and foremost, and then people being put on medications for pain that they're experiencing and then being denied those medications afterwards as well. Take a puff for me, brother. You look radiant today. Beloved Toasty. Thank you, my friend. Man, I've been thinking about Toasty a lot, friends. And I want you friends to think about Toasty a bit for me as well. Send him some love. Send him some understanding. Some communications even. Direct if you want to. Every time I think about you and close my eyes, Toasty, I see a mushroom for some reason, dude. A mushroom. You know what's interesting? I can't remember who said it now. But this dude was talking about mushrooms and how mushrooms are literally bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the food chain. They literally eat the things that have died and now can harm the planet if they don't decompose. So they have a karma-free existence. Of course, that's where the mushrooms chose to live, if you will. Was it Paul Stamets? It might have been Paul Stamets, but I don't think so. And then he goes into talking about how we define intelligence. And how spores literally have these coatings on the outside of them that make them resistant to radiation, vacuums of space. And it can be seen as a little ship, like a little microscopic ship, that if a meteor hit this planet and put a bunch of debris in the atmosphere, and that debris happened to have spores on it, it can live on that debris for as long as it needs to, until it lands on another planet and then germinates on that planet. I think if we're going to find anything on different planets, mushrooms are going to be a real good bet. And the fact that we do have mushrooms that in a way communicate with us on this planet. How do we define intelligence? If you define intelligence based on the amount of neuronal synapses something has, then mushrooms would be the most intelligent beings on the planet as well. Just because of the scale that they can grow into. Ooh-wee! I shouldn't be contemplating this stuff. I'm already so far behind. Thank you, Toasty, for joining me, friend. Know that you are eternal. That's the point I'm trying to get at. Start sharing your great organizational skills in the Discord, ma'am. Encourage the unorganized ADHD people. You're getting tasked, mammy. You're already doing so much. You don't have to do that, my friend. I'll be there lurking on Nelson's stream, counting the comments and taking notes with my planner and pen. I told ya, I like writing lists. Yeah, freaking gonna get any opportunity to, mammy. Hey, Candace, thank you for joining us, my friend. I appreciate you sharing the space. How are you doing? You know, no matter how hard you try to find a reason, it all boils down to find whether or not there is love in your life, finding true calling and acquiring satisfaction or fulfillment through it. I think you do have a good point there, Vincent. Canvas, so many beautiful reflection. You think life is about reflection, or life is for reflection? I'm guessing that's what you're saying, Jort. I mean, I feel ever since I've started doing these streams, I've spent a lot more time reflecting than I've ever have, and it has changed me in ways. So maybe reflection is one part of it, if anything. Introspective reflection. Yes, absolutely. This is the way. I finally made it. I've had you all my thoughts. Thank you for joining us again. We appreciate you sharing the space, Candace. Oh, Lisa, I'm excited. I exited all servers but 3. I had to make very tough choices as I'm coming into busy time soon and I need to put focus firmly on the study books. You got this, mammy. I feel maybe I'm missing something about the studying. If I forgot, do excuse me. If I haven't seen it in the Discord, maybe that's it. What are you going to study, mammy? You gotta go do your best, mammy. Absolutely, mammy does so much already. I understand, ma'am. Balance is key. You got this. There we go. If anyone is saying anything to me, I can't read it. My internet is not being kind, so all I see is what I type. It's okay, Candace. Thank you for sharing this space with us. I already miss Candace's fantastic winemaking journey and all the art you guys post. So much talent in one Discord. But I will rejoin once I find my feet with school and Mammy life. Oh, I didn't even know that you left our Discord as well. It's okay though, Mammy. I completely understand, my friend. Blindfolded by Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi gone. Full 50 shades. Completely blindfolded, can only see your own words. That's hilarious, Nelson. Your parents also name you and set your starting stats. That is true. And they can kind of mess you up a little bit as well if they really wanted to. Naming you something whack. Treating you in horrible ways that can affect you as well. Hey, SDZ. Thank you, my friend, for sharing the space with us. How are you doing? Thank you, Lisa, Edmund, everyone. I know you'll be there cheering me on. Absolutely, my friend. I have to go. I promised Joe a game of basketball out front before I start dinner prep, SDZ. Thank you for joining us, Mammy. I appreciate you sharing the space with us as always. Gotta go. Avatar. I'm an earthbender. We were talking more about like the human body as the avatar. Like the avatar that you get to control in this plane of existence. Contemplation. It's not always helpful to contemplate things. But in moderation, I do think it can be. I'm Earth as well, Candace. Yeah, I'm definitely an Earthbender. And you know why? Just out of functionality. Being an Earthbender would be so much more useful just as a normal power to have. Bingo! What are you doing, dude? Can't see, can't hear. He's just like looking into space. Ah. Ugh. He's so old. He has such a hard time barking. Doesn't look like it's easy for him. He's a good boy though. Oh yeah, the earth bending thing. Because with earth bending, I would literally be able to just kind of wherever I am, make a cavity into the ground, build myself an underground house, and then I would be able to, after I'm done living in my underground house, climb out of my house and then just remake it soil, if you will. You know, just that as the functionality of being able to earthbend. Holy shit! What better do you want? Oh, fire! I'm gonna cook my tea a little bit warmer or my food. Oh, water! I can control your blood, which is hectic. I know it's kind of hectic, but you can only do it on full moons, or you have to be really powerful. So, one on one, you would be able to levitate blades. You know, kind of like Magneto, because blades are, you know, made of earth technically. Yeah, I think earth bending would be a significant, like that's the most OP element to bend, definitely. Gob, thank you for joining us, my friend. What bender would you be? Oh, yeah, it's probably what bender would you be, right? Not what avatar you would be. I love you all, friends. Infamous One. It's been a while, my friend. Thank you for sharing the space with us again. Oh, I can be your boyfriend. I love you, Edmund. Thank you, my friend. I'm some reason blocked from typing. I don't think so, Simon. I got a 7-minute timeout for trying to reply to you on my PC. That is so weird, dude. I was wondering that I wasn't seeing your comments. I kind of assumed you left, so it looks like you had a 7-minute timeout. I'm sorry. I don't know why this happens, dude. I wish it was something I had more control over. Jy's a fail, dochtertjie. Jy's fail. You're dirty. Like, when the dogs bark, she gets so tense. Huh? What's fout? What's in here? Huh? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Silvoof. It's okay. Whacked out. It's okay. In the water. In the water. Here comes look like Jon Snow comment, and in Nelson's stream, people compare him to Tom Hardy. We have the whole squad of British actors here on Reddit. Tom Hardy. I've never seen that before. And I'll never say it, Edmund. I love you, my friend. You look like Edmund. Nelson. You look like Nelson, dude. I've never seen a Nelson before until I saw you. And that's how you're supposed to look. Same for you, Edmund. Yeah, not bad. Had a good laugh in the end. Just on the way home now. One bus and 3 trains. Okay, my friend. I'm happy that you're here with us, though, sharing the space. Thank you. You're loved. Has to take 3 buses to get to his job. Damn, Salty. Damn. I understand the name, Salty Tiger. I know, right? I almost dragged Mam into a conversation, which then would take time away from basketball. I was only thinking selfishly. Maybe the 7-minute timeout was very much necessary in that case. Scarmelia, thank you, my friend, for sharing the space with us and joining us today. Missed you, brother. The new green screen is legit. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Survivor. I appreciate you sharing the space with us again. You've been missed, my friend. I hope you're well. I hope life is going well. Do let us know and do join us again. We miss you as well. Reddit has only looking out for Manny Joe. Yes, they were. TBF. I always heard growing up that there are 22 people around the world who look enough like you that even family members would think it was you from a distance. Did I pluck that memory out of thin air? Yes, I did. So I'm not sure about the 22 people number, but I've heard like a similar statistic that says like at least one person looks like recognizably just like you somewhere in the world. And I could see that being a thing, you know, just statistically, if you can. Joe is in the toilet and we are currently working on getting him to wipe his own tush. Oh, freaking human 101. Acquire the skill to wipe own ass. It's a useful one. It's a very useful one. It helps. It saves you a lot of awkward situations and embarrassment. Love and light to Joe as well. I'm outside the bathroom cut. He wants to do it all by himself. Five now, big boy. Let him get it. Let him get it. He knows. He sees the skill board in his brain. It's like, I need to acquire this skill. I cannot move on until this skill has been acquired. I love the hair, Matt. Thank you. Thank you, friend. It grows this way right out of my head. I appreciate you loving the space, friend. Mel, would you ever try dating same sex? Probably not, Simon. Probably not. I do not have, because I believe in dating, there is some sort of sexual implication. And I've never had any sexual feelings towards a man. I've loved men, I've never kissed a man. I've never had the one to kiss a man. But I very passionately loved a friend as a brother in a way that we can look into each other's eyes, sleep in the same bed and not be weird about it. That type of love for another man, but never in a way that I feel when I see, for example, a breathtakingly gorgeous woman. Like there's a response within your beingness that indicates to me what it is I prefer, if you will. So I don't think so, Simon. How about you, friend? I'm not offering myself, by the way. Oh, damn it. Freaking wanted to go for Simon specifically. If I was going to, it had to be you, Simon. How dare you shoot me down like that? Thank you for the whole sip. I appreciate you, friend. What brand is your wig, mate? Love it. It's the Meltmore brand. Maybe I'll sell wigs as well someday. Meltmore wigs. You can have Meltmore's hair. Just me in a room somewhere shaving it. Okay, fine. If you really want it, you can have. I threw my voice yesterday, which meant I couldn't stream. I was so mad. You don't need to say something on stream, Scarmelia. I've literally streamed an entire stream without saying a single word. You don't have to say something. You can do it. I believe in you. I could just watch jellyfish for hours. Growing up on the beaches in Connecticut, they used to wash up on the shore all the time. And sometimes you could see them in the water also, and they were so fascinating to me as well, dude. Jellyfish also has the ability, to regulate their nanog gene, which codes for how efficiently their genes duplicate themselves, without any degradation, or cells duplicating themselves without any degradation. Meaning they're essentially immortal. They can revert themselves back to a more youthful state of existence, which is freaking mind-blowing. I could just, oh yeah, for everyone, Scarmelia, what do you stream? Scarmelia streams herself knitting, sometimes chatting and hanging out and like cleaning the house sometimes as well. Showing off jellyfish. There we go. Thank you for letting him know as well, Scarmelia. I confess I have lurked many a time on Scarmelia's streams, just watching. You know whose stream I'm like the most likely to lurk on? Bubbles. Goodness, he scares me sometimes. I'll just watch very, very intently. I'll just watch. I won't say anything. I'll just watch. I'll be like, huh, interesting. Very beautiful. How fascinating. I've never caught one of your streams, Scar. How often do you do them? She does them quite often. I've seen her stream a bunch of times. Kira, thank you for the helpful, my friend. I think for the first time in a long time, I'm actually taking the award's name for what it is, I'm happy that I can be helpful, my friend. Thank you for helping me as well in this journey and being who you are, Kira. Love to you, my friend. I try to every day, but I can't always. That's okay. I want me to tag you next time. There you go. Tag me. I'm gonna have Sensane tagged as well. Would you mind tagging me too? You're gonna have a whole stream, so it's just a formality. Edmund, Torrento, and Sensane as the three names. Maybe even more, of course. I'll screenshot your names so I can remember them. Perfect. Thank you, Scarmelia. Just post the stream link in Discord, Scarmelia. Hey, Nate. Thank you, my friend, for joining us. Nate tagged me in another South African friend who was streaming Stream. Yeah, and I was like, also again, interesting. It's so like I was trying to also place him as to where he was living in South Africa and where he grew up, because you'll spot a lot of mannerisms depending on where someone came from in South Africa, especially, or one of us, if we have noticed it. Yep. I don't know how to do that, honestly. The tagging, the stream link in the Discord. Stream link is basically you'll copy, you'll go to the share button on your stream, you'll copy that link, and then you'll go to the Discord and then just post it in one of the channels, like the Streams Come True channel. Thank you for the silver, and Jovan, thank you for sharing your space with us, your consciousness with us. Thank you for sharing your loving light with us. I appreciate you being here with us. Yeah, you guys can do it. I'm aiming to do it around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Scarmelia, for letting us know. I love you all. Bingo barks like meh, meh. Yeah, I mean, the dude is like 93 in human years, if you will. Imagine like a 93-year-old screaming at the top of his lungs, "Get off of my lawn!" That's what he's doing, basically. But he's just imagining there's something on his lawn and screaming at it, just to make sure, there might be something on the lawn. Get off the lawn! Get off the lawn! Yeah, I'm sure they're off the lawn now. If they were on the lawn, now they're off the lawn. Man, she's so big now. She's getting so big, Edmund. She's growing up, dude. And she has muddy paws as well right now. Time to tune in. My lovely friends. Love you all. I'm guessing you mean tune out. Have a wonderful day. Hope to catch you tomorrow too. Thank you for sharing your space with us, Vincent. Have a lovely day, my friend. Reddit has been glitchy lately. I had to update my app on mobile. There are bug fixes. I hope it's been helping, Nate. I've been seeing on all the other friends' streams that there has been some sort of glitchiness, if you will. I must go complete my daily quests. Enjoy the day, everyone. Much love. Much love to you, my dear friend. Have a good one. Oh, good to see you. I am here again. Meeting pulled me away. How was it, Yater? I hope it went well, friend. I hope it went well. I'm thinking now back to the last time we had a conversation and what we were talking about. We're talking about what you believe is true. It's going to be the thing that shows you, or the thing that shows up in your life, basically. Do you feel the meeting that you just had? Do you have control over things in that way? Can you bring love into a meeting in a way? Or is it more serious? What are the meetings about, Yader? If you're willing to share. If you're not allowed to, that's also okay. Yep. Infamous One was here, actually. Later. Later, indeed. See you later, my friend. To you, Scarmelia. For the voice. Thank you, Toasty. Energy risen at all? I hope so as well. How are you doing, Toasty? I grew up on MMORPGs, so I've always reflected and made decisions and choices and view my life as an MMO, massively multiplayer online. It makes it fun, and I wouldn't change that, lol. I wouldn't want you to change that either. I would actually think you would appreciate my book even more now, because it's not exactly like a game theory type of explanation, but it is in a way stats based. That's a very hard way to explain it, but not necessarily. Like, I want it to be in a way stats based so that it can make sense on a visualized type of way. It's not always easy to understand why a certain social situation felt like it hurt you, right? You don't see the damage points, if you will. But if you actually understood why a social interaction went awry, or you teach yourself how to gain HP or brownie points or whatever terminology you want to use in a situation, be it social, be it environmental. In that way, you're gaming the system, and you could be more efficient, more productive, more educated in a way to live your life with this information. So I completely understand. It's insane. I'm beyond blessed to be so loved. My friend, you are so loved because of just how blessed you are, as you're saying, friend. We're all this blessed to be this loved, to be as we are here right now. We're just taking it a step further right now, you know, making ourselves aware that there are more beings to love and more beings to share light and love with. This is the way. We're transcending space and time through this medium. Toast, I've been thinking a lot of the short poem you posted on Discord. I need to go and see that as well now. Jesse. Oh, Jesse. Thank you for joining us, my friend. How are you doing? Toasty, I have been busy with work today, but happy I found small pocket of time to be here. I'm also happy you're sharing the space with us, Yater. Thank you. Thank you for joining us as well, Jesse. And even you, Shorty One, hello to you, my friend. How do you fix your soul? I don't think your soul can ever be broken, my friend. Like, for your soul to be broken. So, when I say soul, I feel like there's a little bit of a catalog of information attached to it in the back of my head. You know, words like awareness, infinite awareness, words like infinite consciousness, words like infinite love is attached to this word soul for me. Because I believe it's all an attempt to kind of explain this beingness within inside of the being we find ourselves in. You know, because and in traditional science, there is this assumption that your being is what brings upon or brings on your beingness. But there are potential for experience, be it through meditation, be it through isolation tank, be it through complete audio deprivation, be it through psychedelic means, to transcend what you think of as your beingness, right? Or to transcend what you think of as your being and become just completely aware of your beingness, that which you always are. And I think becoming more identified with that which you always are can really free you in experiences of feeling like a victim and of unworthiness and of sadness and of feelings that you're not loved. And I don't think that can be harmed, because it's something that is dimensionless. How do you harm something that is not even in dimension? How do you even imagine something out of dimension? I cannot. I don't know anything, friend, but I don't think your soul needs to be fixed, friend. Maybe your attitudes towards life, maybe your understandings about your place in it, maybe your relationships with the people around you can be fixed. But I don't think your soul needs fixing. How is life treating you, Jesse? Are you back at school, working my internship and a new job back to back today? Needed some light, so I'm glad I can tune in for a few and get some of your guys' amazing energy. Jesse. Ah. I don't know what that means, but when I closed my eyes, I saw like an eagle. Maybe it was because I raised my hands as well, but like an eagle with its or like its wings out, and then above the eagle's head, like with explaining with human words something that was visualized, like almost like a ball of energy forming above its head, in between its wings, like as if the bringing together of its wings was the thing creating the ball of energy. You're being sent energy, my friend. Your love, Jesse. I hope you're going to have a good day. I know it's probably going to be a difficult one. I'm sending you so much encouragement and love and light. Nothing to fix, only to realize your soul is perfect just as it is. When you realize that, it will be fixed. Again, change in attitude. You're so right, Toasty. Perfectly put, my friend. Hello, boy. I'm Mexican. Thank you for joining as my Mexican friend. I think you might just be the first one. It's very nice to have you, Unhappy. Unhappy resist. Unhappy. Oh, I don't like that word. It makes me unhappy. Resist even more. But I do resist some things. Maybe you resist the unhappiness. Okay, so that would be happiness, right? Thank you for joining me, friend. I'll try to remember you. Sending you love, friend. If you need to talk, my inbox and heart are always open. Thank you so much for welcoming, friend. I love, man, Mexico. Jesse, you got this. GG, easy clap. Feeling anxious because of my new job. I don't know why I still get anxious. My internship, I love. I get to do a group therapy session with 4-year-olds. Super fun. Thanks for asking, Edmund. Thank you for telling us, Jesse. That sounds amazing. Ooh. Group therapy session with 4-year-olds, getting 4-year-olds to open up and to talk about genuine things, about how they feel, articulating at that age to form the very neurons to be able to express and to genuinely feel into your deepest experiences. That's amazing. What is it your new job is, my friend? And if you're saying it keeps happening, I'm guessing, or why I still get anxious, like you've been going into your new job a few times, do you feel a pressure of, oh, maybe it's the good old imposter syndrome, my friend? You're not good enough. You're pretending to know what you're doing. We're all pretending to know what we're doing. There is no knowing what we're doing. We're literally flying through space on a speck of mud. You know, that is the reality of our situation. We don't know what's going on. All we get to do is love this experience, and you are loved, Jesse. I don't know if I can help with my silly words, but know that I appreciate you for sharing your experience with us. I'm gonna guess you're anxious because what you're doing truly matters to you. Ooh, ooh, Toasty just like ripping my perspective right back. That's a much better way to think of it as well. You feel it's something important, so that's why you get anxious about it. Yeah, that is beautiful. I like that actually more. Sounds amazing, Jesse. It must feel great to help children in that way. What Thursday said, 100%, 100%. Please, one song for love. My friend, I'm not gonna play any music, I'm sorry. Ah, my boy Moore. Enjoy the joint, my boy. Thank you so much, Crafty. Just for you, friend. I'll light it up again. Hmm. Contemplation. My dad taught kindergarten for over 30 years, and he would still get anxious every year when I started again. You've got this. I believe all the gifts and talents and love you have will help those sweet little ones. I believe that 100% as well. Thank you for that encouragement and love being shared with Jesse. Man, Jesse, I bet all of those kiddos absolutely love you. I like imagining all of them running up to you and hugging your legs. True. Everything I do, I take pride in. No matter how many times I prove to myself I can do anything I put my mind to, I still get anxious and nauseated. My physical self versus my mental self are at war. Yep, 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 yep. Like, man, I don't want to give advice because I do believe this is more listening, and being here type of situation, if you will, and not a I need help situation. But the feelings of, like, I'm just feeling from a place of passion of things I've been through and what I've experienced with that feeling of being at war between your mind and your body. And I think I felt it especially in my like 16, 17, 18-year-old stage, when I was severely overeating as well. And it was this, like, my mind was trying to escape this toxic feedback loop, but my body was constantly in this state of craving for something. And like through exercise and meditation was actually something that I could kind of come to grips with, because as I strengthened and kind of made myself more aware of the mind body connection, because when you're exercising, you're sometimes focusing so intently on keeping your muscles and keeping your posture and keeping your tension, if you will, in a certain way so that you can perform the exercise efficiently, that it really forms new connections between your mind and your body. And in basically establishing those connections, you can improve the synchronicity that's happening there. Your mind, or let's say your brain, technically, your brain and your heart are the only two organs that can send and receive information. Think about that. Send and receive. And it's been proven that your heart has neurons in it as well. Because it's your heart. That's where the anxiety is coming from as well. The feelings of being nauseated. What happens is when you're stressed, your heart starts to beat a little bit faster, basically mobilizing your body for a threat or an attack. And the production or the consumption or the processing of food becomes something that's secondary. So it shuts down some of the energy being sent towards your gut. And as a result of that, you can feel nauseated. Yeah, strengthening the two, becoming more aware of your brain body connection. Breathing can help a lot for that as well. Focusing on your breath is more difficult than people actually make it out to be. I got intense anxiety, starting to teach too. Those kids are so lucky they have you, Jesse. They really are. Jesse, I mean, we're lucky to have you right now, my friend. Just imagine how lucky they are to have you in person. Start slinging Meltmore wigs and swagger at Meltfest. Oh goodness, it scares me, dude. Imagining all of these wigs and swaggarts being held, dude. Kiki, Kiki, you're so dirty today. You're so dirty. Look at this. Oh no, the wind is blowing this way. I have Kiki in my glass now. How to get Meltmore to read your comment 101. Step 1, post the comment. Step 2, watch another stream for 25 minutes. Step 3, come back to Meltmore stream and your comment should be about to be read. Damn it. Freaking Soviet Canada. You're supposed to stay non-stop, friend, until I answer the comment. That's how it's supposed to work. No leaving. You're missing out, dude. Now you don't know what led up to the reasons I said what I said about your comment. Yes. Yes, I'm justifying. I'm trying to get a hook. I'm joking, friend. You are your own divine being. I read every single one of your comments because I want to give you some time. It was just a work meeting. It was okay, but I would rather be here. And here you are, Yater. Thank you for being here, my friend. My eyes got teary from all of the support. It amazed me even, Jesse, even though I know love is true and I know this is exactly what we have the space for, it still amazes me sometimes to just see how much love you friends share. It's like, is this actually happening? What? Oh, we have Jojo in chat. Thank you for joining us. Oh, what? I was so busy running my pandemic special. I didn't even know you was on. Love you, bro. Thank you. I love you too, my sister. Thank you for joining us in the space. I do think you can bring love to meeting by being open and present to allow people to share without judgment. Very well put. Thank you, Yater. Very well put. Thank you so much, yo. I'm really hard on myself sometimes, but the love you show me, I could never explain what it means to me. You don't have to explain anything, Jesse. That's the point, you know. We know the love, how it feels, and that's exactly why we choose to share it in the way that we do. This is the way. It is like it's the realest thing I've ever experienced in my life. I'm a hug, yeah, a real hug, but this emoji is just going to have to suffice. I look forward to the same, Jesse, and Jovan as well. I could always count on you guys. I fall on the earth. I fell off the earth for weeks and come back to you guys, and there you all are, open arms and affirmations. I'm so blessed. I'll take that virtual hug. You are. We're all so blessed, my friend, to be able to do this, you know. We would have to literally travel thousands and thousands of kilometers only 20 years ago to be able to do what it is we're doing right now. Only 20 years ago. That is bonkers. Oh, everything is changing, friends. And we're using that change for something that's good. And it brings joy to my heart. You are never actually gone, Jesse, maybe physically, but you were always in our hearts and minds. Yes, and always in the all, you know, a part of the all. Never, never ever separated. Never ever separated. We're always a part of this. And it's such a blessing to be a part of it, to know that I'm a part of it with so many more beautiful people, people that have the intention of sharing love with one another without expecting something in return, without letting their own troubles sometimes affect if or when they will share their love. It's, yeah, it blows my mind. What is up, buddy? I'm doing like well, fun crowd. It's been a while, my friend. How are you doing? The hugs goes to everyone too. I lurps you guys. I lurp all around. The connection grows deep. We are all rooted in the same tree that grows eternally and blooms only love. Oh, that's so beautiful, Kira. Really dropping the nuggets of gold. I'm so blessed to be able to read them. Oh, I'll take one of them hugs. Allergy to mush, 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 mush. Yes, Asha, mush, mush, mush. Asha, mush, 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 mush. Asha, mush, mush. Asha, my leaf, mush, mush. I think of you all so often. You give me strength and security. People like you are out there. People like me. Yes, this is what it's about. Oh, it makes me so happy. Oh, so much, so much. Thank you for the heartwarming. I appreciate it, Jojo. Ariel, just for you was Bob. Cheers, mate. Good on you to join. Did you catch the butterfly? I don't try to catch butterflies. I feel they're too fragile, and I'm a brute. How are you, brother? What? How's the last dream you had? Are you talking to me, Toasty? What is the last dream I had? Kiki, Kiki, She has fleas. Now she's trying to chew at them, and then they run. And they're like, "Oh, look, a human being, sick, food." I didn't. I have to go back and catch it. Streams vibe. Oh, the butterfly. I'm guessing it was trippy AF. Only just tuned back in, and it's so relevant to what I was saying. Yeah, I want to work on the body, help the mind get fit again. Bob, I mean, the synchronicity is almost too good to be true sometimes, friend. I agree with you, Melt. Exercise trains the body, meditation trains the mind. Doing both can help bring peace between body and mind. Very much so. And I feel, in a way, and this is going to be a little bit of a controversial statement as well. It's an honor slash responsibility in a way towards yourself to do that for yourself, to really kind of try and better yourself in a way that you gain some sort of fitness in something, be it in like rope jumping, be it in wrestling, taekwondo, be it in biking, be it in being able to do a significant amount of pull-ups, be it in any of these practices in which you're basically exerting yourself, pushing your body to better itself. You're basically becoming aware of your own power of intention and your own power of mind to change your actual physical body. Think about that. Think about how impactful just that is. Like if I told you there's this thing that you can do with your mind that will literally transform your body into something that is more efficient in burning fuel, more powerful, better at producing collagen, better at producing, youth inducing hormones. And you're like, holy shit, my mind could do that? I'm like, yep. You just have to convince your mind to get your body to exercise. And you're like, oh, fuck. Got me. Right? Right? I mean, it's, yeah, yeah. Thank you for the narwhal salute. I appreciate you, friend. Kiki is eating grass next to me, if you're wondering what that sound is. Yes, there is so much goodness outside of your own comments. Stay and enjoy. It's really the way it is. Uh, Gave Buff Dog. Buff Dog, thank you so much, Nate. I appreciate you. Love you, man. Love you, Steve. Thank you. Steve the Pirate, 89, is also a streamer friend. I appreciate you sharing the space with us. After moving into my new house, I was in a fog for 2 weeks. I'm finally feeling myself again. Thank you all. Thank you, Nate. We're so happy that you're back, my friend, if you will. The fog can sometimes be thick. But when you realize that no matter where you're walking, you're always going to be here. Right? And I'm so happy to be here with you, Nate. You're so appreciated, my friend. Do you sell magical elixirs? How did you know, my friend? Look at all of my... No, not yet, at least. Maybe. Actually, not a topic for now. Maybe next stream. Love to hear that, Nate. Me too. Has anyone checked what kind of tree that is? This is an acacia tree, my friend. I do know what this tree is, and I do not know what the tree behind it is, though. There's a bunch of them in a row. This community is a wonderful constant in my life. I'm so appreciative. It takes me a bit emotional to think about. What you just said there is shaking me a bit as well, Nate. Constant. A wonderful constant. Damn. Actually, blessing. I don't want it to be damned. I want it to be blessed. Blessings upon you, Nate. Thank you, my friend. I'm grateful for this space every single day, even when I'm not here. I think of you all, love you all. This space is being created for you, even when you're not here as well, Yater. So in that way, you're always loved, my friend. Love you guys so much. We love you so much, Kira. Thank you, my friend, for being here with us. Are you back home? How are the kids doing? Or are they happy to see you? Would you be okay with being forgotten? I'm going to be forgotten, Insane. We're all going to be forgotten, my friend. Maybe not in like 100 years, but in 1,000, in 10,000, in 5 billion, I'm gonna be forgotten, my friend. Unfortunately, that's not something I'm too attached to. Or fortunately, it's something I'm not too attached to. What I can be certain of is that what I'm gonna experience in my present moment in my life is the only thing that I'm going to get out of value from this life. Think about that, right? This experience you're having right now, everything you're seeing, everything you're feeling, this is the most valuable thing you'll ever be able to extract from life. And then when you die, you cease to have this experience. You're probably going to have a different experience, but that's the point. And then again, in that experience, whatever it is you're experiencing, that is going to be the most valuable thing. There's nothing in this experience that you can seek that is going to be more valuable than the experience itself. And that is the crux of the problem. That is what people are doing wrong, unfortunately. I don't have a problem with being forgotten, friend. I just very much want to be in remembrance now. I'm glad you're feeling like yourself again, Nate. Me too, my friend. Simon, it might sting, but it would be okay, and I understand. Yeah, very much so, Edmund. Very much so. I mean, like, it can sting, if you will, if you're forgotten by your own family, or if you're not talked about by the family of your family, for example. In that way, it could sting. But, you know, enough generations of the earth, eventually our sun is going to eat our planet and all of the information on our planet with it. You know what I'm saying. Be like worrying about your impermanence or worrying about being remembered is something that you do not have any control over, and it's the one thing that if you bet on, you're guaranteed to lose. I'm curious what everyone's response to this is. My nickname was the Forgotten Sibling, and I loved being so anonymous all the time. Jovan, well, I hope you know that that has been completely flipped, because I constantly see the number 34 now, and every single time I do, you pop into my mind. So you're very much not forgotten, my friend. I hope you know that. Make peace with being forgotten, and odds are you will never. Whoa, whoa, whoa! And odds are you will never be forgotten. So, what I believe as well, Yater, is that this experience we're having right now is constantly being almost given onto this, love, this entity that you could say, or not even entity. I don't actually like the entification of God, this beingness that we're a part of, if you will. It's constantly being given onto that, and in that way there is remembrance, an infinite remembrance, because this is exactly what it's about. So in that way, this experience that you call yourself will never be forgotten by the all that is the underlying you. Oh, I love you. I love you, Jesse. I love you, my friend. I love you so much. We all will be forgotten, except maybe 1% of humanity. It's inevitable. It has to be accepted. I think 100% of humanity is going to be forgotten, inevitably, Nate. Heat death of the universe, nothing, is going to be remembered. And then it's going to start all over again. I guess depending on the person, though. I'm here, love. Thank you for reaching out with your light. Thank you so much, Infamous One. You were so appreciated, my friend, and still are. I grew up invisible as well, and now I want to be seen, to be remembered, though it is a tough one. I guess I would kind of like it. Well, I'm sorry for going to the extremes with it. That's insane. I hope I didn't, create any dread. I was only sharing it from a place of love. I would be okay being forgotten. I hope the love I've given will live on, maybe. Yup, 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 and it does. And it does right here, Kira, and that is exactly what we're doing right now. The one thing, that is going to be extended is love. How much money you made, how much people you hurt, how much resources you could collect, if you will, in whatever way you value resources, is not going to be what is going to be contributed to the all. The amount of love you share, though, I do believe does. Bicep game strong this week. I've been working out, Toasty. I've been really working out, man. I'm feeling weirdly enough, the more fit I get, the more shy I'm getting. I don't know what that is about. It's counterintuitive even. I long to dissolve into the universe. So, yes, I am very okay with being forgotten. It's the only thing that gives our longevity, or lack thereof, our passion. That's beautifully put as well, Toasty. Thank you, friends, so much for sharing your perspectives with me today. I feel there is a lot of feeling into that as well, because it's almost an extension or continuation of the fear of death, right? Because not only is it the death of your physical being, but it's also the death of your memory. So the knowing that you ever were potentially also dying. And I think maybe that is something people are more scared of than the actual physical being dying sometimes. Kira, no doubt. That love game be strong, as some say, infinite. Oh, Jabot sprinkling the spice. I love it. How far behind is he? Only like 7 minutes today. Well, at least at this point, I should say. Much love to each of you. Thank you for the strength and perspective. I must go and take on the day. Now I feel I can have the love you've given me. You have it with you always, my friend. It helps sometimes to remind ourselves. Thank you for sharing the space. I feel invisible often, but never here. It means the world. You're never invisible, Kira. You know what's something that's interesting to me as well? How our community and the friends that share this space switched, changed what we said to you. You came to us and you said, I want to be called Kira. And all of us were like, yep, we'll do that. And it's just, yeah, it's beautiful to me to see. Go with some of this peace and love, Jesse. Thank you for the all seeing upvote as well, Katie. We can all be forgotten together, yes, or all be in remembrance together right now. I think that's even better than you, Thirsty. Damn that mosquito! You're so genuine. You answered my tree question. What a throwback to the million asked the other day. Yeah, I love you, Bob. I do know what this tree is. I don't know what that tree is. I do know what that tree is. I do know what that tree is. I don't know what this tree is called, even though I've looked it up before. I don't know what that one is. I snipped the one that I also don't know its name of. I call it tree. Tree with this bark and these leaves and these little berries, or tree with thorn. I think it does more for visualization if you explain what the tree looks like to someone than just kind of dropping a terminology, a single word. That maybe if you want to go and look the tree up, having the terminology or the description of the tree is less useful. So I do understand both sides of it. How to get Meltmore to talk about his philosophies 101. Step 1, get Meltmore. I don't need to be high to talk about philosophies, friend. Philosophy in itself can be something that can make you feel like you're high, because it puts you in a mind space where you feel like you're in that not know mind. And psychedelics and we can do the same for you. How about with being forgotten while you're alive? Would I have a problem with that? I think if that was to happen, it would be something I would have welcomed, if that makes sense. I think it would make sense for you, Simon. Like, for that to occur, it would have been my choice for that to occur. So, yes. In that way, it would be okay for me. Contemplating too much, yeah. Passing from this world sounds terrifyingly exciting. I'm not going to talk too much about the feelings that you get from passing from this world, because I believe it's probably going to be different for each and every single one of us, but there can be some parallels pulled from people who have experienced similar things. The world needs a Meltmore, a dope strain. Someday they will be, Bob. I've actually already thought about that. If I have a space to and the resources to, I'm going to definitely develop like a proper strain for myself through maybe not cloning, like probably just going to be generational seed crops until I can get to something that is perfect, at least to me. And then that what I'll call that, eventually that final product, the Meltmore strain. Passing, oh, I put it on, not a cringe way, like for real. Now I'm 100% on board, Toasty. You don't have to worry at all, my friend. My nickname is TK. What's up, bro? Hey, TK. Thank you for joining us, my dude. How are you doing? How's the kids? How is the significant other? How's the job, my friend? Thank you for joining us. Bro, what that was a good explanation about the entity. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm happy that you are melting with me, Jojo. Like these things I don't know. I can't know. But I feel like if anything I'm talking from a place of not knowing, and I'm just pulling, like I'm not the thing generating it. I'm the thing encompassing what the thing is that is generating it, if you will, right? Like giving honor to something larger than myself in the stuff that we sometimes talk about, think about. Makes me think of that like theory about ideas as well. Like maybe an idea can be something that is an entity slash something that's living in itself, and how an idea can technically be something that gets perpetuated over and over again through different like species as well. Like for instance, the idea as a wheel, right? Like that idea would come to a different being in a different space in a different time, different galaxy, different universe, whatever. And as a result of that, still kind of maybe come to the same conclusions. Maybe also building cars, for example, or using wheels to move things around. So is the idea the thing that is alive, that is ever present? Or is it intelligence that has to reach the point where it can get to those ideas? Or in a fourth or a fifth dimensional way of thinking, all information is always available at all times. And then as you basically raise your awareness into the scape of that information, you basically grow as a civilization, as a species, as a being. And you gain more information with that. And you can even think about the information you get from your DNA as well. And we do get information from our DNA. It's a reason we're inherently scared of a lion charging at us. Because we have it literally coded into our DNA that, oh, that thing is going to try and kill me, isn't it? How do you know that? If you've never seen a lion in your life, you've never heard that a lion is something that's dangerous, it can just look like a big cat to you. And you're like, oh, my little cat is always chill, meows at me to give him milk. And like that's what like the vibe. So, oh, this thing is probably just running to get a bowl of milk. You don't think that. You're like, oh, I'm going to die. That is literally coded into your beingness, in the very DNA that is you. So if it's down to the point of survival and instinct, can it be up to the point of intellectual information as well? It's been a while. It has been a while. You're very right, TK. Bro, that was good. Thank you. None of you are forgotten to me. Each of you are with me in everything I do. And you are with us as well, Edmund. Thank you so much, my friend, for keeping us in your heart. What a great stream and chat today. Our cups are overflowing. I feel that way as well, Nate. It's been full, as you're saying. I second that, Edmund. Applies to you as well. It's called humility. It's just... Thank you, Toasty. I'm happy you think so, my friend. Never forgotten. Never leave behind a good footprint, so my kids will continue my name. There you go. Absolutely. Thank you, TK, for weighing in as well, my friend. Oh, Nate, Edmund, Yader, and Mel, this fills me with so much warmth, so much love. Toasty, the 5 invitations, and Alan Watts' lectures on life and death have made me feel the same. It sounds like an experience. I feel like Toasty definitely is opening up in ways as well. Aren't you feeling it as well, Toasty? Maybe the things you're experiencing is as a direct result of your growth. Might be an awkward thing to consider, but I don't think there's harm in trying to. I really love you guys so, so much, and we love you, Kira. I'm still waiting on your answer about how the kids are. Are you home yet, Kira? I do hope so. I might do another AMA stream after this to sit and chat. Please do, Simon. I would actually like to tune in for that. Simon did a little bit of a chatty stream, I think like a 2 hour one. I missed it, unfortunately. Simon, I'm here for that. There we go. How have you been? I've been doing good, TK. I've been doing so good. Instincts. I know, friend. I know. I know it's instincts. I understand that. But is there potential for some of that information to be more than just instincts? And is there a way for us to access that information? You know, for us to be in the way we are, things have to work really fucking well. Really, really, really well. Like billions, billions upon billions of letters, technically compounds, molecules that have to arrange themselves into your DNA. If one letter out of those billions is in the wrong order, it can manifest itself in a horrible disease. One letter. Is there a way for us to flip letters that could benefit us? Science says yes. We do have the ability to upregulate and downregulate gene expression. So it might, and it possibly is, more site-based. So it's more as a result of your conscious behavior and your thinking of these things. The machinery you have might produce more of it. But is it possible to go even deeper than that? Can technology help us with that? Can more bandwidth help us with that? All of these things melt my brain, and I do not understand even a bit of it, but I'm trying to. Someone I'm here, instincts, ancestral memory, very much so, Toasty. I always had issues keeping girls as friends, usually ended up as fellows. We met, she shy, we good buds, I like her, she distant, she stopped talking to me, repeat with every crush. Help. Potatoes, chemos. Uh, I think I think that might be the first thing that you have to establish is that you actually just want to be friends with someone. Like you don't necessarily have the back thought, if you will, like, oh, if we're really compatible, if we're really good friends, maybe this can turn into something else. Oh, it's difficult though. Like I don't know, friend. I don't know. I don't think I've figured it out completely sometimes as well. I think maybe, if anything, it's a it's an understanding of love for that person, right? Where if you genuinely love a person as a friend, you would be just as okay with them being with someone else as if they were being with you, you know, in a romantic way. So I think maybe it's some work you'll have to do on yourself, if anything, friend. Like, maybe that's not the answer you want or the best answer, but that's the only one I can come up with right now. A lady thought alligators cutier. She died, got eaten up. TK, thank you for sprinkling some chaos into my day, dude. I was being way too contemplative. Oh man, you know, we kind of think of ourselves, and I am a victim of this as well, thinking of myself as someone that's intelligent, you know, and then kind of humbling myself and realizing that I don't know anything. And then I hear about stories like people feeding themselves to alligators or jumping into like bear cages to take pictures, and I'm like, maybe I'm not that stupid. Oh man, yeah, alligators are cute from a distance. Salam from Tehran. Thank you for joining me, the DC. It's nice to have you here, and thank you for joining me as well, Neon. I'm doing well, friend, and good evening to you all. Let me ask you this: how do we all get along instead of criticizing one another and judge? I think for me, at least, it's in the understanding that we're all technically sharing the same perspective, at least on a divine level, from the very baseness of our consciousness, right? The you-ness that you are. We're all, if we're looking at our hands right now, looking at a pair of hands from this same perspective, right? Like I have a little bit of hair here in my field of vision. If we all have our hair completely out of our eyes and our face, and we just look at our hands, maybe even up close, maybe even completely dark, we're looking potentially at the same thing. And I say potentially because I don't know. And from that understanding, for me, I realized that it is that thing that we share, because it is that thing that is constant. And I don't want to call it a thing because I don't know, again. It's always constant. No matter how much change you go through, you as your body or you in your environment, that awareness of is always constant. And realizing that that awareness of and the constant nature of it is ever present within everyone, you realize that bringing love to that person is the only way to really open up this awareness. Being in judgment of, or being in hate or criticizing only, like, I mean, there is value in criticizing as well, but only criticizing or only judging, it is something that only closes this perception, this awareness, this consciousness up. And it's not the way. And that's the best way I can describe as to why I think that's why we should do it the other way around, TK. When it comes to women, trust your heart. I feel that's good advice, TK. Thank you, my friend. There are 1001 books about women and relationships. There is a lot of information out there. You are very much right. You are intelligent, but humble enough to admit you do not have all the answers. Oh, fortunately, of all of the things I don't know, I can know with certainty that I can't know everything. Right? Just think about how small we are. Man, like every time I try and do that, I just kind of zoom out on the planet, and then I imagine the planet in my mind's eye, like just from a distance, and seeing like the wispy little clouds, and kind of having to squint my eyes at one point to really notice the planet Earth, and then knowing that my brain is a speck of dust somewhere on that speck of dust I can no longer see. And then I can keep zooming out and then looking at the entire universe and just thinking of how much information is contained within that entire universe, how many things would happen in that entire universe, how many anomalies would kind of bubble up in this universe depending on what civilizations, what beings, their anatomy of these beings could pop up in this universe. I don't know jack shit, yo. I don't know the least of the least of the least of the least of the biggest information. Like, yeah, I know that, and like, it's humbling and it makes me happy just to try and think about it. I try to learn from my mistakes, but I'm quite obvious sometimes. Partly has to do with my experiences or lack thereof with girls since I was a kid, uh, but I'm always extremely good at reading people's emotions. Always felt like a failure. So I think again, going to extremes, do you think there really is something as a failure? Like, even if you plant a garden and you forget to water your garden and the thing started growing, and because of your negligence you kill this entire garden, everything's dead. Walking into that garden and looking upon all of the dead things and feeling what the looking upon all of these dead things makes you feel, and the work you would have to put into now take these dead things out and re-prepare your soil. That is something that you have created. To have the opposite, to look upon your beautiful garden and see all of the beautiful flowers blooming, that is going to be a different experience, a different sensation, a different perspective. But who are we to say that that failed experience, looking at the dead plants and what those dead plants made you feel from yourself, from your environment, who are we to say whether or not, one is better than the other? There is no failure, friend. There is only experience. You're not a failure. You are a loved friend. You're going to gain more experience. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just take it slow. Read some books. Educate yourself. Can't get advice about relationships from a book. Lol. Just as I say that. I mean, you don't have to read relationship books. Go and read The Way of the Superior Man. It's not necessarily a relationship book. I feel like Kiki gave me some fleas again. My body is itching. Get your advice. It's all in your heart. You either have a heart or no heart. I feel that, TK, but sometimes the very fact that you have a heart can be the thing that hinders you in trying to communicate to someone, because you're so flustered that you can't communicate properly. So reading up, giving yourself a little bit more information, you could calm your nerves, if you will. Is everyone holding their hands to their faces? I wish I could see a tilted picture of the stream. Oh, the sunset is beautiful. I'm so happy you could appreciate these colors with me, my friends. I was thinking the same, Jovan. Good morning from New Mexico. Good morning to you. We're still here. I'm happy you're still here, my friend. Thank you for joining us, even though it's almost at the end of the stream. Ventique Bug, you keep shooting in like just as I'm trying to end the stream, my friend. I'm so sorry. How are you doing, Ventique? I'll wait for your answer. Can't possibly know everything, but it's my goal to know as much as I can while I have the chance. Absolutely, my friend. And to learn from that knowing and to better the experience of the people around you with that knowing as well. Hey, Liochi. That's a beautiful sunset. So lucky where you're at. So, Leo Chaki is one of the first people that ever tuned into my streams. Oh, what a trip. What a trip. We've changed a lot, my friend. How have you changed? Do you want to tell me? I'm curious. Oventique, Edmund, stay, hustle hard. Stay humble, hustle hard. Absolutely. I'm gonna do one of them talking streams after Meltmore. I think then I'll hand it off to you, the baton, if you will, Sensei, dripping off of your tongue today. I feel the contemplation joint really kicked our ass a little bit, Toasty. And you friends were the ones that inspired me, so honor unto you. Thank you, Toasty, for sharing the space with us, my man. I love days when your tongue seems to dance in its own and words flow like water. I feel it's so weird as well, because I've noticed the same thing and I love the same thing, and then when that doesn't happen, it can be so discouraging and I feel flustered and I'm like, oh, what's happening? Oh, please connect me back with source. I feel disconnected, even though I know it's not true. Thank you for joining me, Toasty. You're part of this flow, my friend. If it helps, I'm awkward around girls too. I've been one for 28 years, lol. You're no failure, homie. If you've learned from it, it's a success. Perfectly put. Thank you, Jovan, for letting our friend know as well. Thanks, man. I'll try to learn from this lesson. You'll constantly learn, my friend. I mean, you think I know things? I don't know things. I'm going on 3 years single, dude. I don't know jack. I don't know jack, dude. I'm just as bad at it, man. Did you feel guilty at the end of season 7 when you had to kill Daenerys Targaryen? Uh, no, I didn't feel guilty. Because in this fictional imagination, I was destined to do that. And if I didn't, then things wouldn't have turned out the way they did, right? So now I can't say I did feel guilty, friend. Have you read Dante's Inferno? I have not. Hey, Meltmore, are you from South Africa? Marjan, I am. And Kathy, thank you for the love, my friends. I appreciate you all for sharing the space with me as always. Going to say goodbye. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.